dragon riding on Azeroth and secret legendary items. The servers are down. My name is Swag, and this is the Vault Day Update. You can earn extra reputation this week with the World Quest bonus event. And of course, don't forget to pick up the weekly quest that goes along with it. This week's PvP Brawl is packed house. It's a 15v15 arena match, and it is every bit as exciting as it sounds. And for our LFR raiders, Wing 2 of Abyss the Shadow Crucible is now live. And speaking of raiding, congrats to Liquid for winning World First on Abyss the Shadow Crucible. But that's not actually the most exciting part of this story. When Sarkareth was downed, he dropped a legendary EVOKER item. This was kind of data mined a little bit, but nobody knew how we would get the item. And now that it's here, Blizzard has announced starting this week with the reset, you can get this legendary item on any difficulty, although it will be more rare on easier difficulties. As is pretty common with the new season, we saw a lot of class changes this week, although don't be worried, all of them seem to be buffs, so not really a big deal. Dungeons have also been heavily tweaked this week, particularly making sure that visuals are more apparent on a lot of mechanics that were causing trouble for players, such as the static cling on the final boss of Vortex Pinnacle. And speaking of dungeons, I still cannot find information predicting what this week's affixes will be for Mythic Plus Dungeons, so I will pin it below in the comments as soon as we know. Make sure to check down there once servers are back up. There was some confusion this week regarding the Season 2 Master Achievement. It was not handing out the Omni token for players that got the achievement through Keystone Master. However, this has since been fixed, so if you got it before, you'll get your Omni token early this week, I suspect, when servers come back up, or you can do it now and get the Omni token. And lastly, let's talk about the bombshell of a drop that Blizzard gave us with Season 2 not even being a week old yet, but patch 10.1.5 is on the horizon, and it's beautiful. There's a lot to go over, so let's just dive in. Evokers are going to be receiving a third spec. However, don't get your hopes up for a third Demon Hunter spec, as it does appear this was planned from the start, as Blizzard promoted Evokers this way originally, and is currently being used as an element of the story. This will be a DPS spec called Augmentation, and as the name implies, players will focus on augmenting the abilities of their team. To make sure such a unique playstyle is well received, Blizzard even added new coding hooks to the game for damage tracking add-ons that allows them to credit increased output to the player casting that buff. I wonder if this will apply to PI as well. That could resolve some issues. Warlocks are coming to every race in 10.1.5. This is another step in Blizzard's plan to add all classes to all races. There are some lore reworks happening for Lightforged Draenei, and admittedly, that does have me a bit nervous. Warlocks will also be getting imp customization that can be modified at the barbershop. A new mega dungeon has been announced titled Dawn of the Infinite. As you can guess from a name like that, we'll be fighting against the Infinite Dragonflight as they attempt to convert Nosdormu. Also worth noting that we might be fighting against an evil Chromie and even Galakrond himself. Finally, dragon riding is being expanded across Azeroth. Dragon riding races will be all across Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. And on top of that, data mining shows that dragon riding animations have now been added to a lot of our old mounts, mostly the dragon ones or ones based on dragon skeletons. There also appears to be a switch that allows you to change between static flying, the old type of flying, and dynamic flying, also known as dragon riding. This has been another Vault Day update. Hopefully servers are back up, but if they're not, why don't you check out one of these videos.